It's time for Portland Wrestling 2000s. Now, here he is, your number one host, Frank Culbertson.
Hey wrestling fans, Frank Culbertson here again on the Portland Wrestling 2000s YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to subscribe and like the channel so you don't miss a moment of action. Tonight, a great show for you. And do you remember when Christian said this?
Do you wrestle?
Thank you.
Do you wrestle?
No.
You don't wrestle.
I did back in the day.
I'm sure you sucked.
So wrestling fans, tonight you get to decide if Bryan Alvarez really sucks. We're going to show you the very first match from Portland Wrestling at the WB Studios when I brought Portland Wrestling back there in the early 2000s. It's going to be the legendary Portland wrestler, the Grappler, versus beautiful Bryan Alvarez. A terrific matchup. And as promised, finally going to tell you guys the Miss Rent-to-Own auto story that so many people have emailed me about. It's amazing. But first, we're going to show you one of the semifinal matches. Timothy Thatcher versus DJ Riz for the Portland Wrestling Light Heavyweight Tournament. And the winner of that goes on to meet El Hijo de Chupacabra later tonight. Let's get to what the contestants have to say and then right into the action.
Fans, I'm joined by the self-proclaimed British Messiah, Timothy Thatcher. Last time you and I did an interview, you said that something around here smells, and I think I know what it is. Now, you saw Chupacabra win his match. You're facing DJ Riz now, and the winner of that match will face Chupacabra in the finals for the light heavyweight championship.
Well, first off, for what smells, you probably forgot to wipe your shoes after you walked out of your miserable little house this morning. Mm-hmm. As for Chupacabra, I don't have to worry about DJ Riz. He's a very slim fellow. His limbs are very easy to break, and so that will just be nothing to me. I am looking forward to wrestling El Hijo de Chupacabra. Very spectacular high flyer, but it's very hard to fly once I break your leg or once I break your arm. And from there, I will become the British Commonwealth 15 stone or below Royal Championship. God save the Queen.
Well, we don't want to talk about your tailor, but let's see what DJ Riz has to say about that.
We've just heard from Thatcher and Ken Stillwell, and that man is set to take on DJ Riz. And DJ, I gotta say that you surrounded yourself with some pretty good people with the Blanchards.
Pretty good people? Pretty good people?
Awesome people.
How about the best around, idiot?
I like that one better.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I've known this man for a long time, and let me tell you something. I got your back. Obviously, that's obvious out there.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let anything happen to you out here when you're in Portland. This is my boy right here, all right? And who do you have next? Austin Powers?
Timothy Thatcher.
Well, let me ask you something. I promise you that you will not get beat with someone who has that many teeth. I mean, there's not, yeah. Well, the queen obviously couldn't. They don't have a dental plan in England, right?
DJ Riz, let's talk to you for a moment. I just want to talk to him for a little while. Please.
All right.
I'll get back to you later. Okay.
What's up, my brother from another mother? What's cracking?
Okay. The winner of your match is gonna face El Hijo de Chupacabra in the finals of this tournament.
Yeah, dog. But as long as I got my two big saltine crackers behind me, there ain't no way I'm losing. DJ Riz, I'm taking that light heavyweight title back to Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
Hell's Kitchen, baby! Hell's Kitchen!
These men are excited. They're on. You like it? Do you like it?
No, you got no rhythm. You got no rhythm.
I have rhythm.
No, you don't have any rhythm.
We're going to the ring. DJ Riz taking on Thatcher.
Thatcher, he's gonna kick your ass.
Oh yeah, Thatcher, I'm coming.
This match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at 15 stone, from London, England, Timothy Thatcher, the self-proclaimed British Messiah. His opponent, at 175 pounds from Harlem, DJ Riz.
There he is from Harlem, the man, the dancing machine, DJ Riz, against Timothy Thatcher, the self-proclaimed British Messiah. Sitting next to me is Gilbert. Gilbert, I know, has been out there getting dancing lessons from DJ Riz. It has been a terrific friendship these two have formed. I just don't understand it, but DJ Riz, claiming to be from Harlem, comes in with a victory over Brian Ward, if you will, a couple of weeks ago here on Portland Wrestling. And Timothy Thatcher, very, very impressive in his debut in Portland Wrestling as he defeated Kyoto Hayashi in the first round action here on Portland Wrestling.
Tell you what, this is going to be an interesting clash of styles here. Thatcher very much has that European style, a very grounded style, very slow, very methodical. And as you can tell, DJ Riz, obviously, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. It's going to be interesting to see how this works, or if it is able to work at all, and who's going to win and how.
Arm drag after arm drag, and now he missed. Great counter. Both went for the arm drag and injured themselves.
I just got to wonder, both these guys come from such different worlds and have such different philosophies. You can just tell that neither guy knows what to make of the other guy, and quite frankly, they don't know each other, but they don't like each other.
When DJ Riz comes in here, and you listen to him, and Jim, I know we're out here on the West Coast, Seattle and Portland, but DJ Riz, he just talks a completely different language.
Well, so does Timothy Thatcher, for that matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times I'm like, tea and crumpets, I have no idea what he's saying, and DJ Riz talking about my boo, and I'm like, yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing, yeah.
I got the
I barely understand you sometimes.
I got the God Save the Queen, but the rest of it's all
yeah, if it wasn't for Gilbert, I don't know what I'd do around here.
And now you see the side headlock. Both these men, for light heavyweights, up on the upper echelon of height that you usually find, as we saw Chupacabra and Virgil Flynn as two of the more traditional light heavyweights. These two right on the height limit almost.
And there you saw that very British takedown using the knee from behind did Timothy Thatcher on DJ Riz. Again, the very interesting styles, and very interesting how this match plays out, because both these guys are really confusing to the other one.
Now
it's the odd couple wrestling.
You can see Thatcher now really has got a great strong position on the arm bar, putting the foot and now the knee in on DJ Riz. That's a great wrestling hold, Jim.
A very good wrestling hold, and with a guy that has perpetual energy like DJ Riz, a very sound strategy to try to ground him, take him down, and wear him out that way.
Timothy Thatcher very confident that he will be the opponent for now Chupacabra in the light heavyweight tournament coming up here on Portland Wrestling. But I think he has overestimated his abilities against DJ Riz. DJ Riz comes in with tremendous credentials, very successful wherever he's been. He didn't get to this position by being a loser, Jim.
A nice arm bar there. We saw him work the key lock arm bar there earlier. Very impressive, again, that European style by Timothy Thatcher. And these guys have just been wailing on each other.
Now, another hard chop right on the chest. The suddenly raw and red chest of DJ Riz. And another one. Timothy Thatcher really has got a game plan. Again, you talk to him in and out of the ring. Everything he talks about, very methodical, very slow, very well thought out, whether it's his investments that he talks about, whether it's his wrestling career, whatever it would be, this is one methodical, well thought individual.
And you've got to think that they both have disdain for each other. You know, Timothy Thatcher probably sees DJ Riz as this punk, this ragamuffin, and you know that DJ Riz has just got to laugh at the uptight Timothy Thatcher. These guys definitely two different worlds. DJ Riz misses with the splash and takes all of it.
You could not get farther from each other in their upbringings than these two. Definitely, Jim Valley. Fans, this matchup being brought to you by Comcast CNW 14, where you can watch video on demand. If you don't have high-speed internet, call Comcast. You don't have great phone service, call Comcast. They have a package if you buy cable, internet, and phone service that is unbelievable, can't be beat. That's Comcast. Give them a call. They'll hook you up, and they'll hook you up with Portland Wrestling.
And right now, DJ Riz has got to be hurting. That left arm of his has Timothy Thatcher chicken winged it and drove it down to the mat. And Timothy Thatcher may be taking a little too much time here. There's something to be said for methodical, but there's also something to be said for wasting time and not getting down to business. And I think that's a bad strategy when the light heavyweight title could be hanging in the balance right now.
Well, you look at the look on his face when he hooks up with him. It's almost like he has great disdain just for being in the ring with him. And but a beautiful counter into a DDT by DJ Riz.
He probably doesn't even want to be touching DJ Riz. He's probably going to go home and take a nice long hot bath because he just sees just a low life in DJ Riz, but that obviously isn't the case.
Well, clearly DJ Riz has something to prove. He won his first round matchup by a disqualification when Big Ugly came out as Brian Ward, and clearly was not in the light heavyweight tournament. And
Wait a second.
Oh my goodness, Albert McClure, down he goes, and Timothy Thatcher goes down as well. Now, can DJ Riz take advantage of this? Can Albert McClure come back? Jim Valley, this is a situation that
Wait a second. Here comes Vinny Massaro and Big Ugly. What are they doing?
They have something. They told DJ Riz that he was going to pay for what happened when they took the mask off of him. Oh my goodness. What is this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The cartel now, they're taking Timothy Thatcher over.
Timothy Thatcher doesn't know what to make of this. It's almost like Timothy Thatcher didn't know this was coming, but hey, don't look at a gift horse in the mouth.
There's two. There's three. It is all over. The cartel has cost DJ Riz this match. Timothy Thatcher advances. He will meet Chupacabra for the light heavyweight championship. Vinny Massaro even seeing if he's alive, and now they're just stomping away. This is the payback they talked about, Jim.
Tell you what, when you get in the cartel's business, this is what happened to you, and this is what's going to happen to you. And Frank Culbertson, you better watch out, because I'm sure they're still mad at you as well, and the role you played in that.
But the Blanchards are out to protect DJ Riz, a young man that they have great respect for.
Hey, he's getting kind of older, right? They can yell TLC all they want. No DQ. We're not doing it.
Vinny Massaro said no.
No return match, Fruity Flakes.
They say they don't get a return match, but we will see Bubba Blanchard with the house mic.
Hey! Hey! Cartel! Look at me, punk, when I'm talking to you. You want to come out here, throw the weapons of mass destruction on DJ Riz? You want to come out here, hurt another one of my friends? Well, I'll tell you boys what. How about everybody in this house? Give me a cartel sucks. The louder you get, make it loud. Make it loud. Cartel sucks. Cartel sucks. The louder you get, the board of directors will have to listen to you folks. Cartel, no disqualification. Tables, ladders, chairs, light bulbs. Make some damn noise. Fluorescent light bulbs, tables, ladders, and chairs. I don't care if you bring plastic explosives. I don't care if we do a shotgun match. Massaro. You boys get ready, and if you got the guts, you show up next month.
You people want a TLC match? You people want a TLC match? Well, you're not gonna get it. The only TLC you're going to see is the Learning Channel on Comcast. Do you people like what I say? Do you people agree what I say? Well, I have the microphone and you don't. So you will listen to every word I have to say. And the cartel does not suck.
Fans, that is some extended words from the cartel. Blanchard's winning the TLC match. Board of directors still considering it. We need to go to a timeout. We will be back.
Available now on Amazon, it's the encyclopedia of Portland wrestlers from the House of Action. Mike Rogers has put together the definitive book on Portland wrestling. over 500 pages, over 470 bios. If they had a single match at Portland Wrestling Sports Arena, it's in this book. Be sure to order it. Makes a great Christmas book for the wrestling fan in your family. That's the Encyclopedia of Portland Wrestlers from the House of Action, available now on Amazon. Timothy Thatcher, with a victory, moves into the finals of the Portland Wrestling Light Heavyweight Championship. And we'll show you that match in just a couple of minutes. But don't forget what Christian had to say.
Do you wrestle?
Thank you.
Do you wrestle?
No.
You don't wrestle.
I did back in the day.
I'm sure you sucked.
Fans, don't go anywhere because that matchup, beautiful Bryan Alvarez versus the Grappler, to decide if Christian is right or wrong that Bryan Alvarez sucks. It's coming up here later tonight. But first, we're going to show you the finals of the Portland Wrestling Light Heavyweight Championship. It is El Hijo de Chupacabra versus Timothy Thatcher in a terrific matchup. And Jim Valley, looking awful dapper here in this interview, has Timothy Thatcher and his thoughts.
Fans, wrestling history is going to be made here tonight. It's Jim Valley. Tonight, for the first time ever in the vast history of Portland wrestling, we will be crowning a light heavyweight champion. You saw...
Hey, you have to get this right. It's the British Commonwealth 15 stone or below Royal Championship. It will be my title. You're crowning me the champion. Get it right, sir.
Either way, let's not get into semantics. Tonight, El Hijo de Chupacabra for the title will be taking on the man to my right, the British Messiah, Timothy Thatcher.
Well, first off, let me say, just like England in the World Cup, I will be victorious and take the title that I came here for back home to the motherland. And if you're wondering, my opponent in the first round, Mr. Hayashi here, he realized he's a talented kid. He had some very nice kicks, you have the deadly crane attack, right? Yes, that was a good maneuver, but he wasn't good enough to beat me. So I've taken him under my wing, under my tutelage, and now he will become a better wrestler, and maybe one day he'll be as good as Timothy Thatcher. And let's go on to tonight. El Hijo de Chupacabra. So I said, last time, to qualify to face me, you had a tremendous contest against Virgil Flynn. I enjoyed it thoroughly, but one thing, once you get in the ring with me, you can't do all the flips, you can't do the flies, because I'm going to break your arm, and I might break your leg. And that's how it's going to be. And I'm taking home my title.
History will be made here tonight, fans. The light heavyweight title, Chupi versus Timothy Thatcher.
You call that bloody tea? Where did you get this? Out of a bloody vending machine? Americans are horde scum. God save the Queen.
Let's go back to the ring. Ken Stillwell, take it away.
This next match is for the light heavyweight division. Introducing first at 15 stone from London, England, the self-proclaimed British Messiah, Timothy Thatcher. His opponent at 165 pounds from the Mexican Badlands, El Hijo de Chupacabra.
There he is, coming to the ring, El Hijo de Chupacabra. The fans clearly behind Chupi tonight, Jim Valley.
Tell you what, this guy has been on a roll here in Portland wrestling. He has captured the fans like very few individuals I've ever seen ever in Portland wrestling. I'll tell you what, the last time I saw a high flyer capture the imaginations, the fans here in Portland wrestling, he was a guy by the name of Art Barr. That's how good El Hijo de Chupacabra is.
Absolutely. Art Barr with tremendous success in professional wrestling. Chupa comes at you with so many different attacks. It's mind-boggling. Him and Flynn that put on the matchup last week here on Portland Wrestling Day get to this match. It was astounding. But Timothy Thatcher is not a man who will come at you from all angles, but a man not to take lightly.
I'll tell you what, there's some people who call high-flying, light heavyweight action nothing but a spot fest. They think it's ridiculous. And I'll tell you what, those people are wrong. And if you watch someone like Timothy Thatcher, look at that. Look at that. He has got the cravat on him. That is one of my favorite moves ever in wrestling. You see the way the knuckles are locked like that? That is a cravat. Timothy Thatcher and El Hijo de Chupacabra, a bit of a contrast in styles, but still, I think this promises to be a classic matchup here. And not only that, a history-making matchup here, Frank Culbertson.
That's right, the light heavyweight belt right here in front of me, made out of platinum, beautiful engraved leather. It is a tremendous belt. Used to be the SPW belt. Of course, Caden Matthews taking it away from Big Ugly, giving it to Don Cost and the board of directors, making it the light heavyweight championship belt. Good move. Good chain wrestling in the ring. Both these men can brawl, but both of them know how to wrestle, Jim.
Absolutely. We have seen some tremendous chain wrestling here by Timothy Thatcher and El Hijo de Chupacabra. Look at the disdain, not only the pain, but the disdain on the face of Timothy Thatcher, how much he hates El Hijo de Chupacabra. I mean, he's such a sophisticate, and he looks down on Chupi and what he stands for. He probably, win or lose, he's going to take a long, hot shower after this match because he hates Chupi so much.
Well, and you can hear him talking the full time, not only to Chupi, but to the fans of the Northwest. He despises anything American, and beautiful drop kick to the back puts Timothy Thatcher down. We saw him come out here with Hayashi, who he clearly explained to you is now his houseboy.
Yeah, that's called exploitation, I believe, is what I would call it there. And you see Chupi just making it happen. He may be from the Mexican Badlands, but he's here in America now, and he's living that American dream, taking advantage of every opportunity he has. Nice kick there by Chupi. That guy is so fast. Look at him run the ropes like that, Frank, with precision, with that springboard drop kick.
Right to the forehead of Timothy Thatcher, who puts him down. Looks like Chupi might have hurt himself just a little bit holding his midsection. Right now, Thatcher down on the ground, but Thatcher has the height advantage in this one. He is tall for a light heavyweight competitor, but Chupi has the speed. Is it the size or is it the speed that will win out here, fans, later tonight? You got to keep watching here on Portland Wrestling.
There's a great move there by Timothy Thatcher. Drives that leg down, always looking for the opportunity. Timothy Thatcher, you can say what you want about him, and there's a lot to say, especially if you're his dentist, but you cannot take away the fact that he is a fantastic, fantastic wrestler.
And he promised you, Jim, that he would break Chupi's arm or Chupi's leg, and he almost did right there in the ring. He just took that leg, drove it right down, trying to take away that high flying, that rope climbing that Chupi's so famous for.
Look, you know something, Frank? I think even for the past couple of weeks that Timothy Thatcher has really grown in Portland wrestling. He's become more comfortable. Look at him. He's outside now, so cocky now. Even as he's running, look at the look on that man's face. He's always thinking, the gears always turning with Timothy Thatcher.
And he knew right where he was. The referee's count was at 18. He dove back. Fans in the ring right now. Timothy Thatcher has really been working over the leg of El Hijo de Chupacabra, specifically the knee. He is grounded into the mat. He has stomped on it. Now he's pulling it over the ropes and pulling it back, Jim. This is a smart game plan.
This is a classic style when you are dealing with someone who can fly like El Hijo de Chupacabra. We have seen him bounce off the ropes and run the ropes with precision. If you take away one of those legs, can he be as effective? My answer is probably not.
Fans, next week here on Portland Wrestling, the action continues. You will see Skag Rollins of the AOD versus Rick Luxury of the Conglomerate. Virgil Flynn in action taking on Big Ugly. And ECW, the real ECW's Mustafa will make his Portland Wrestling debut. Jim, just handed to me from the board of directors.
Mustafa, one half of the Gangsters, is going to be here next week?
Right here on Portland Wrestling, CNW 14.
I'll tell you.
Call your moms and dads, your grandmas and grandpas, your sons and daughters.
No, don't call them, because they don't want, not with Mustafa. No. Call your brothers, call the degenerates in your life, because they are going to want to see Mustafa. Have your grandma go do something else, because Mustafa, look, he's too crazy, he's too extreme for this homogenized ECW that we're seeing right now on the Geek Network, but he's here. It's going to be crazy. Roll up there by Timothy Thatcher. Not enough to hold down a heel to Chupacabra. Mustafa is going to be here?
And he will be teaming with
my God.
Nelson Creed, the Bomber, a man with tremendous reputation, a man who can hold his own with anybody, and they will be taking on the Bad Apples, a team you don't want to mess with here in Portland Wrestling, but Mustafa's going to do right. There's a good move by El Hijo de Chupacabra, but, the knee gave out. I don't think he could bridge high enough to get the pin.
And there's that strategy by Timothy Thatcher really paying off there, fans. So many of those high-flying moves. I'll tell you what, you can say what you want about Timothy Thatcher, but that was a smart strategy, and that may lead him to light heavyweight gold here in the Pacific Northwest.
Not a fancy move, a simple leg sweep, taking out Chupa and putting him down on the mat. Fans, of course, here in attendance tonight, I understand Dante, former AOD member, of course, retired due to injuries in the ring, is somewhere in attendance tonight. We'd like to wish Dante well up here on vacation in the Pacific Northwest. One of the stars of Portland Wrestling's past, watching the new stars of Portland Wrestling, Chupacabra and Thatcher.
And you know, this match is in some ways got to be killing Dante. A high flyer like few we've ever seen here in the Northwest. You know he'd love to be in there trying to win this title, but right now it's all down to Chupi and Timothy Thatcher.
Thatcher's had real control over this match. As we mentioned, the game plan that he has, look at the disdain that he has for us. There's Dante right there on your screen, fans, here on Portland Wrestling. In the ring, there's a pin, there's 1, 2, almost a 3 count by referee Mark Watson.
Never thought I'd say this, but it looks like Dante got a haircut. His mohawk is slightly smaller.
A little bit redder. Dante's in tremendous shape, feeling good after the injuries he suffered. Right now, though, nice. Chupa really suffering on his leg, on his knees. He's really holding that knee, Jim.
Dragon screw leg whip there by Timothy Thatcher. A very sound strategy here by the British Messiah. And I'll tell you what, I'm surprised. We have seen El Hijo de Chupacabra like a wildfire, like a blaze, like a lightning strike, go through so many opponents here in Portland Wrestling. Obviously, Timothy Thatcher has studied the tapes and has seen these type of things and has come up with a very sound, what appears to be a very effective strategy here against Timothy Thatcher as he brings him up onto the ropes there. Uh-oh. In wrestling, we call this being tied to the tree of woe.
Oh, he drives a shoulder into the knee of Chupi. One more time, Chupi moves, catches a beautiful move.
Wait a second, that's a variation of the bullseye. When he runs up the ropes there and hits that DDT, that inverted DDT, the bullseye there, caught him on the fly. Nice heads-up move there by Chupi.
But not able to follow up, Jim. The plan of Thatcher has worked. Chupi able to get in one move, but not able to counter. He'll put 2 and 3 moves together that it's going to take to win this championship. But right now, they are just standing toe-to-toe, forearm to forearm to each other's head. Who will come out on top? Now a hard chop. Chupi looks like he's reached down, got some intestinal fortitude from down deep, Jim.
Tell you what, at some point, the adrenaline takes some of the pain away, and that's obviously what Chupi is doing right now.
Chupi up on the top, but there is a smart move. He is working on that leg one more time. He's got him up, setting him up. Oh, big power bomb. That could do it. Thatcher rolling him over, going for the half Boston Crab. I think that's Thatcher's disdain for Boston because of the Tea Party. I'm surprised he'd use that move, Jim.
Exactly. They threw tea away, but again, we've already seen Timothy Thatcher does not like American tea, and Chupi trying to reach for the ropes. Nice heads-up move there by Timothy Thatcher, locking him in there to keep him away from the ropes into the STF.
He has really got that knee bent backwards, and with the pain, this could do it. Referee Mark Watson checking to see if Chupi wants to give up, but he is able to make it to the ropes. Smart move by Chupacabra, able to pull himself over.
This has been an amazing match. Gut check by both competitors here. But I'll tell you what, the bigger man, perhaps, and perhaps the man with the better strategy, Timothy Thatcher has probably dominated more of this match than El Hijo de Chupacabra.
The fans rallying, trying to get Chupacabra back on his feet, back into action. But Timothy Thatcher now going up top, a move we don't see often from him. He is pulling Chupacabra up to the second rope. Thatcher trying to get his balance. Chupi firing back.
You know something? I'll tell you what, Timothy Thatcher may be in an area code where he doesn't want to be.
Oh,
look
my
at
goodness.
That is called the death from above. We've seen Chupi hit that before, the death from above, and
it is all over. Ring the bell. The winner of the match and first ever Pacific Portland Wrestling Light Heavyweight Champion is El Hijo de Chupacabra, Jim.
Wow.
Timothy Thatcher has been vanquished in the ring. He is laying there out of nowhere. Chupacabra hits him with that top rope move, and it was all over, Jim.
I cannot believe that. You want to talk about intestinal fortitude. You want to talk about a gut check time. This is the kind of stuff that greats are made of. He came from behind. Look at the limp on his legs. Both legs worked over so hard by Timothy Thatcher. El Hijo de Chupacabra is holding the gold, or in this case, the platinum, and I'll tell you what, he deserves it.
Let's go to the ring. Ken Stillwell.
The Pacific Northwest. You fought hard for the man. You came out on top. This has got to be a great honor for you. Okay? What? Thank you. Thank you. All fans of pro wrestling.
There it is, El Chupacabra saying he has won for the fans. Jim, what an amazing night of action. We have seen the Pacific Northwest tag titles, and now Chupacabra winning the Pacific Northwest Light Heavyweight Championship.
I'll tell you what, fans, this is the kind of thing that In Demand was made for. If you missed it tonight, if you're watching this on replay, you're going to want to see it. This was history in the making here tonight. Put this one, burn this one to DVD because it's history.
You know who's burning in the back? Big Ugly, because that used to be his belt.
You know, we saw it a couple of weeks ago. Big Ugly tried to pretend that he's a cruiserweight or a light heavyweight. You got to wonder how angry Big Sal, Uncle Sal, is going to be when he sees this match.
Well, slip up of the tongue, calling him Bill. We might not see Jim Valley next week here on Portland
Nice
Wrestling.
knowing you.
Fans, we need to take a quick timeout. I'm being told right now that Derek and the conglomerate are in the back wanting a word with me one more time, so I'll go to the back and see what they have to say right here on Portland Wrestling. As we say, that's wrestling. Wrestling the way it should be.
It's now time for the Captain Jack Statue of the Night.
Where he doesn't want to be.
Oh,
look
my
at
goodness.
that is called the death from above. We've seen Chupi hit that before, the death from above, and...
There you have it, fans. El Hijo de Chupacabra becoming the very first Portland Wrestling Light Heavyweight Champion, defeating Timothy Thatcher in terrific action. Now, fans, as promised, it is going to be the Grappler versus beautiful Bryan Alvarez, as we called him, from the very first match at the Portland Wrestling WB Studios. But first, let's get a word from another Portland Wrestling legend.
Frank Culbertson back with another Portland Wrestling legend, Tom Peterson. Tom, great to have you back.
Thank you, Frank. Wrestling's really great. I really enjoy the show. You know, the spot we just saw, the spot of that bed, where if you come in tomorrow and ask for it, you're going to get a free blanket. Free blanket. Just say, from Portland Wrestling, I want the free blanket with the bed. It's only tomorrow. It's only Sunday. Don't miss it.
That's legendary Portland Wrestling sponsor Tom Peterson. Tom was the sponsor for Portland Wrestling, whether it was in the Don Owen era or through my versions of Portland Wrestling on the WB or later on at Comcast. Tom Peterson, a legend in Portland Wrestling. Now, fans, as promised, it's the Grappler versus beautiful Bryan Alvarez, so you can decide for yourself, does Bryan Alvarez suck? We're going to go to the studios for that, but first, Mike Rogers joins me on commentary for this. Mike, of course, is the legendary historian in the Northwest, wrote Ring Around the Northwest newsletter for 30 years, every single month, and, of course, is the author of tremendous books on Portland Wrestling. The latest, the Encyclopedia of Portland Wrestling. Pick up your copy on Amazon. So let's get to the WB Studios. Bryan Alvarez versus the Grappler with Miss Rent-to-Own at the side.
Fans, we're back with action with the Grappler against beautiful Bryan Alvarez. This will be a great matchup. Grappler, 7 times Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion. He has been all around the world, Mike Rogers, but he has beautiful Bryan Alvarez, accompanied tonight by Miss Rent-to-Own Auto. Yeah, Rent-to-Own Auto, that's what I was going to say. And Grappler having his way in the ring. No, Bryan Alvarez with a big chop. Fans, this match is brought to you right here from Rent-to-Own Auto Arena. From Rent-to-Own Auto, our good friends out there. If you need cars, everyone with a driver's license is approved for only $49 a week out at Rent-to-Own Auto. There's a lock up in the middle of the ring. Grappler, good chain wrestling, goes with the hammerlock. Grappler in control. You can see he's a wily veteran there, Mike.
Well, Frank, you know, we had Portland Wrestling, and it's been a decade now since it's been gone, and we're bringing it back here on the WB. The Grappler is from the old Portland Wrestling. He is old school wrestling, and I think that's what fans would like to see.
He is. Grappler bailing out. He might be old school wrestling, but tonight, the young and challenging, beautiful Bryan Alvarez in the ring having his way. Bryan Alvarez from Seattle, Washington. has been around the business for a little while. Don't let his youthful looks deceive you. If you're not watching, he will take you down, put your shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3, it'll be over. He is one tough customer.
He's very quick, and yeah, exactly, Frank. He's got a great swanton bomb for a finisher. He can fly around this ring. He used to be a gymnast. He used to be a gymnast instructor. And
big shoulder tackle, sorry there, Mike, by the Grappler, puts him down, slingshot action. Big back body drop, Grappler down again. I think he's having his trouble. Big drop kick by Bryan Alvarez. There's that gymnastic. He goes flying. Bryan Alvarez outside the ring with the Grappler. Puts him into the post. Oh my gosh, the Grappler is in a lot of trouble. Bryan Alvarez applying the boots to him. Bryan Alvarez puts his head into the mat. Grappler in a world of trouble now. Bryan Alvarez firing away with right. Bryan Alvarez being very aggressive. And you can see there's been a lot of stars in Portland Wrestling's history that started right here. Jimmy Snuka, Jesse Ventura, and even
Magnum TA.
And how about the most famous of all?
Roddy Piper.
Absolutely, got to start right here. Grappler up, big suplex
on
down
the floor.
On the concrete floor. There are no mats right here. Grappler pulling out all the stop. He can wrestle clean, he can wrestle scientific, or he can break the rules and throw the rules right out the window with the best of them. Grappler has been all over the world. Fans, in just a couple of moments, we're going to try to get a word with the Grappler after this match from the M&R Crow's Nest, M&R Horticulture. They beat any deal. Bryan Alvarez almost with the pin. The Grappler, great schoolboy, catches him down, 2 count. Third man in the ring, Mark Watson, for this match. He is a terrific referee. Grappler throws Bryan Alvarez into the corner.
He caught him there, Frank. He caught him good.
The beautiful one, his chest is getting beat to pieces tonight. He's not looking so pretty. Here's the Grappler. He loads the boots. Got a big boot. Down goes Bryan Alvarez. He hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. It is all over. Ring the bell. The Grappler winner here on the first match back in Portland Wrestling. Fans, we're going to go up to the ring, get a little word with the Grappler from the M&R Horticulture Crow's Nest. Grappler, one legend with another victory. Mike, I'll be right back.
There you have it. Beautiful Bryan Alvarez coming out on the short end of the stick against the legendary Grappler. But I think he did pretty well for himself. Showed a lot of fire, a lot of great wrestling moves. Bryan Alvarez, I don't think you suck. And so now it's time to talk about Miss Rento Otto. Do you remember earlier when we did the Portland Wrestling with Roddy Piper clips, Miss Rento Otto was wearing this in the ring.
Fans, I'm back in the ring. I don't know what we just saw with Bryan Alvarez and the ladies' choice. I'm joined here by the lovely Miss Rento Otto. Better get that right. Ladies' choice. Elsie, get over here. Elsie, what was that?
Brother, let me tell you something. Boo-hoo, brother. Brings a tear to my glass eye. It's like this. She offered her honor, and I honored her offer. And all through the night, I was honoring offer, brother. And you know me, Frank, I don't like to toot my own horn, but the sex was so good, brother, the neighbors had a cigarette.
But she is with Bryan Alvarez. How dare you steal somebody's woman like that?
Is Alvarez here right now? No? Is it? No. Is he here?
He's not here.
Of course he's not, brother. He doesn't want to face the man with a plan and a golden tan. A 60-minute man, brother. Bryan Alvarez, he once went for an hour and 5 minutes in bed. That was the night they turned the clocks ahead, brother.
LC, I'm not sure what's going on here, but there's a man in town. We hear that there's a man coming here tonight. Roddy Piper, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I hope there's a handicap spot out there and he brought his walker, brother. Is it Peter Piper or Roddy Piper? I don't know who picked a peck of pickled peppers, brother, but that old dude's not coming here tonight, or he's in for it, brother.
He is an icon. He is a legend.
LC, you've got something to say when Roddy Piper shows up here tonight. Fans, Frank Culbertson here with Portland Wrestling, Ladies' Choice, and I guess Miss Rento Onato. We'll see if he has $49.95 and a driver's license. We'll be right back with our next match.
Well, that was at a second taping of Portland Wrestling at the WB Studios, where she's wearing the leopard outfit. But as you saw in the first match where Bryan Alvarez was wrestling the Grappler, Miss Rento Onato was in a black outfit. And here we shot some B-roll of Miss Rento, and as she's getting in the ring, in my headset, cameraman Chris says, "Frank, I love you." And I had absolutely no idea why. Until the next day. That's when the general manager called me into his office. And he said, "Frank, who's in charge of Portland Wrestling?" I said, "I was." He said, "So if there's a problem on Portland Wrestling, who's going to take care of it?" I knew that I had better answer, "I am." And that's when the general manager informed me that the problem was Miss Rento Onato had not worn any panties that night. And he told me it was my job to make sure that she knew that she had to wear some the next time. So I did what I was supposed to do, and I called Miss Rento Onato to come to my office the night of the taping where she wore the leopard skin outfit. And I had the conversation with her. And she said, okay, and left. I don't know where she went, but she came back to my office in about 45 minutes and said, "Will this work?" and pulled her skirt up to show me the leopard print thong that she was wearing. And I said, yeah, I think that'll work. So that's why it matched the leopard dress that she was wearing. Miss Rento Onato was a friend of one of our major sponsors, and we do what we do for our sponsors. Fans, Frank Culbertson here again. What a great night of action we've seen here on Portland Wrestling 2000's YouTube channel. We've seen the Portland Wrestling Light Heavyweight Championship won by El Hijo de Chupacabra. We've seen dancing. We've seen fashion plates. It has been everything you could ever want in a professional wrestling show right here on Portland Wrestling 2000's. But we've seen Bryan Alvarez in action, and he looked pretty darn good, I think. And so I've got an idea for Tony Khan. AEW is coming to the Moda Center in November for a Dynamite taping. And you have Nick Wayne on the roster. But you've seen Bryan Alvarez in action tonight, and he looked pretty darn good against a legend, the Grappler. And if you know your history, you know that Bryan Alvarez is really known as the Wayne Hunter. That's right. He's beaten Moondog Moretti. He's beaten Nick Wayne's dad, Buddy Wayne. And he has his sights, if you're listening to the sources, he's got his sights on Nick Wayne. I think you should make that match happen. Both are from the Northwest. A great crowd-pleasing match. Nick Wayne versus beautiful Bryan Alvarez. And once again, Christian would say,
I'm sure you sucked.
Wrestling fans, that's all the time we have for action tonight. But Nick Wayne versus Bryan Alvarez, a main event anywhere in the world could sell out Madison Square Garden. That's what promoters always say. Anyway, that's Portland Wrestling. Wrestling the way it should be.